Alright everyone, how's it going? Uh, Sora here, back again, with Bloodborne, the game that never fucking ends. So, the last time I played this, I think, I did the whole game, I streamed the whole game, and then I went back and did the Old Hunters. There was one boss in the Old Hunters that I never beat, which was Lawrence, the first vicar, and, I'm in the PS4 6.10 beta, which is the name change beta, and I died. um, part of the reason why I backtrack. I got that invitation like a week before I actually updated my system because I was really scared because of all the reports about people losing their save data and trophy progress and whatever, blah 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 blah. But I went ahead and checked on the online forums, and they actually uh, redid a bunch of the updated a bunch of the games so that they would work with the name change. And so far, I haven't seen any issues with any of the games that I have. I was really worried about DLC that I bought not working with. I don't know. I don't actually know what the fear was. I don't know how the name change works. Someone told me the reason why it took so long was because of the fact that at the base level, everything is saved on your PSN ID, as opposed to just a number assigned to you. And so if you change your PSN ID, it would then change. It would change how the system read your stuff. So there's still some issues with the beta, which I actually don't know how much I can say. But someone in the forums compiled a list actually of games that work, and it's a pretty extensive list. But one of the games I noticed that was absent from it was Bloodborne. So I went ahead and re-downloaded Bloodborne onto my system and found that it works DLC wise. But I was like, part of the worry was about trophy progress, right? So I wanted to see if I could get a trophy in Bloodborne from my old username's save data. Actually, I know. I don't know how it works. I mean, maybe it works fine. I don't know. I don't think I've gotten a single trophy since the beta. But regardless, I checked Bloodborne, and because I had beaten the game and everything, the only oh fuck. The only trophies available to me regards beating bosses and collecting weapons. And I thought, why not fight one of the bosses I never finished fighting. And unfortunately for me, the only boss in that category right now is Lawrence, the first vicar. Well, there's also Queen of Yarnum, but that's in the Chalice dungeons, and I actually don't know if I have that Chalice dungeon active. Like, I don't actually know how to get to that boss. I think I got stuck at the Chalice dungeon version of ROM, I'm not sure. But that's the last boss I remember fighting. So, as far as I can tell, this is the quickest boss that I can get to, and boy, it is a giant pain in the ass. I've been trying for 2 days, I've been losing my shit. So I said, why not stream it? So anyway, oh, and by the way, blood echoes don't really mean anything other than buying supplies, because I'm leveled up to max, except for my blood tinge, which I think was the next thing I was working on. I think I need to get that up to 18 or 20. I'm not sure, but regardless, I can't level up any more than I can. All my gems are, as such, fitted for the Holy Moonlight Sword. God, you just really have to be patient with the boss, I think. Ugh. Sometimes he does that fourth strike, which I don't know where that comes from, because he only ever does the 3. So one thing I learned about fighting this boss over the past 2 days was the patience, and you kind of have to wait for him. You have to be reactionary to it. I mean, I assume that's with all bosses, but I don't feel like I've ever felt it as hard as this one. Oh. Okay. Maybe it's something I realized over the course of fighting other bosses, but it's kind of like, in my head, I started coming up with the analogy that fighting these bosses are like playing an instrument, in which that there's a rhythm to it, and that each boss is its own song. So you have to learn each of these bosses' rhythms, and it's kind of like playing along in a group or an orchestra or whatever. Like you're playing in a group, in which case, if you lose the rhythm or you get hit, you miss the beat. The idea is not to recover. The idea is to recover from that beat by playing forward, but not trying to compensate for missing that beat. You know what I mean? Because if you miss that beat, then you miss that beat. So just keep playing forward and catch up instead of hastily trying to play the same beats. So if you get hit, instead of trying to dodge because you missed that beat, dodge the next one. Just disregard it, just you got hit, so dodge the next one. Which I think, internally in my head at least, has been working out well for me. But that doesn't mean that it's foolproof. Also, just the fact that the boss rush to here sucks. There's like so many obstacles in your way. Like, I get it, it's like a side boss, you don't actually have to fight it, but I think part of the reason why I hate doing this boss is because of that run. Like, even Orphan of Cause was just like an elevator. This one just sucks. Also, the bright and wavy colors makes it hard to read some of the moves later on. Yeah, when did I start streaming it? Alright, we're gonna give him a straight hour. If I can even manage to last that long. Cause, this sucks. I am very much so not a fan of it. Because at the end of the day, he's just Cleric Beast again, but more aggressive, I guess. Not Cleric Beast, he's a Vicar Amelia. So I guess he looks a lot more like Cleric Beast, but I feel like his moveset, at least the fact that he has a second form, I think. Because otherwise he is a lot like Cleric Beast. Now, I thought I had... yeah. I wonder if there's a way for me to check my gems. I guess next time I die, I'll check my gems. Oh. I know that these echoes don't matter to me anymore, but losing them still sucks. There were a couple times I got punked out by the guard standing outside. And I just lost like 200,000 echoes or something. See, he does the 4 swipes there, and I don't understand what causes that. He's also so big that to get the rhythm down for these things is so hard. Ugh. This is the part of the boss I really don't know. Okay. Oh, come on. I understand, I was just standing in the lava. I understand that. I know, that was my fault. Ah. Actually, you know what? That second form seems a lot more straightforward than I thought it was. Huh. I hope that my audio is fine, actually. I didn't bother to change it. I should check it. I'm not exactly speaking very loudly right now. I was gonna say it's morning, but it's not. No, I still have it set to defaults. I should be fine. I should have put on the bolt paper when I used this. That was only the third time I got to that second phase, so that's why I didn't really know it that well. But he seems pretty straightforward. Again, it's just the run up to here where you have to walk by that guy, these crows, the one that I walk past, these three guys, which don't really attack you, this hunter, which can shoot you if you're not walking fast enough. I end up just killing him because I used to run all the way up to the staircase up here and walk to the side of it, but I'll just walk down the staircase and trigger the ball. Oh. Okay. And then these two guys, which I have to wait for. It's a long intro to a song, and I don't like it. Yes, I am still going for that song analogy. It's working really well for me. This guy's really frustrating. Just because he serves no purpose other than to kill those guys. Okay. Ugh. Oh, he also does that weird flippy move that I don't know. I don't know how to read that. Ugh. I don't know if you noticed, but every time I walk up to the boss, I gain like 10,000 blood echoes. And the fact that I'm picking up 129,000 shows you how many times I've actually come up here. I wish that a game kept track of how many attempts you had at the boss before you actually beat it. Just to get you a gauge of which bosses you had trouble with. I mean, because sometimes they feel like a lot. But then it turns out they were actually only... when you get right down to it, each boss takes like a few minutes. Which is really something that I never get used to. Like, I remember during the stream, when I was streaming the old Hunters, I was fighting Lady Maria for like a while. And I remember spending like an hour trying to fight Lady Maria, and at the end of an hour or whatever, I just said, ah, fuck it, you guys, I just give up. I'll just record it. And then the very next attempt is when I beat her, so I immediately recorded it. And the fight was only like a minute and a half, I think. Or like 2 minutes. But basically, I spent like an hour of like failed attempts, and then as soon as I turn the camera off, I get it in like 2 minutes. I hate that thing. Big Cthulhu monster. Okay. What are we at, time-wise? That was only 10 minutes. It felt like, I swear to God, I thought it was like 11:30. I thought that was at least a half hour. Ugh. You know what would have been a really cool boss to have, but also extremely hard to coordinate in this game, would be a boss that is timed with the music. That would have been cool. Ugh. I'm dead. It's like you can tell when you're gonna die. Yeah, like the second phase is when he starts doing that. So like right around when he gets to just above 50% is when he starts doing all that crazy shit, like the flipping around and then the jumping back motion and then the repeated swipes behind him. It's just, you know. But once I get him down to that part where he's just a torso. I feel like I can get him because I feel like his moves become a little bit more limited, more area denial. But if he can find an opening, you just swing and I will lame it out as long as I need to. Oh, of course. Thank you. Thank you, Jobber Hunter. There's some dude killing the dogs behind there too. Okay. I feel like I should. I'm gonna take my. I'm gonna. I'm gonna use the Bolt Hunter's mark out, and then restock on stuff, and then change my gems around again. Because I thought. Because I changed my gems for this because I thought I was hitting him with more blunt attacks. But apparently not. That way I can also heal up the weapons, which repair the weapons. Yeah, see, it's not that blood echoes are a necessity. It's just that. Look, I've already used like 50 of them just fighting that one guy. That's stupid. Yeah, blood echoes are less about leveling these days, more just about getting my gear together. Okay. So far, these are all. Oh, these two, the cursed, no. Oh shoot, this is the hunter's axe. Oh. I was like, what happened to the thrust? Cause I swear to god. I fucked up. Well, I don't know what I put on these things actually. I don't know why I even took them on. Took them off. Sorry, I can't speak. Okay. I think that's how I had it, I'm not sure. Okay. So let's increase thrust instead. Which I think that's as far as it's gonna go. Really? That's all I got as far as thrust goes. Hmm. Physical at 2.7. Maybe. What do I have right now? Oh. It's the same thing. Hmm. I wonder why that's lower. That increases blunt. I was hoping to get the thrust up to the same numbers that I had the blunt attack, because I had blunt up to like 400. I do like the... Where did I see that one? I thought I saw a percentage ad. Yeah, this one. Attack versus open foes. I don't know what that means though. And this one maybe. Physical up at by 3.8%. I mean, I feel like that just straight up is weaker. Let's run with these. I can't get it stronger than this, unfortunately. Alright, so what are we rocking? Yeah, I guess so. Let's roll with it. Got about another half hour of this before I put it down and I play some Tetris instead. I bought a VR machine, and boy, the last time I used a VR machine was at PSX 2016, and I played. I stood in a line for 4 hours to play Resident Evil 7, the beginning hour demo, and I liked it, but I remember my head hurting a lot when I played it. So when I bought it this time, I was kind of scared, but then the machine came with Super Hot, and I liked that a lot. I feel like my attacks are a bit weaker, but I feel like that's because he's a normal-sized enemy. I feel like I might get more thrust because of the large size of the boss. How embarrassing would it be if I didn't walk far enough and I just got hit by that at the last second? But yeah, I bought a VR machine. It really is kind of difficult to get used to. So Super Hot is really cool because you're standing in a physical space, and then whenever you move, the character moves. So it's 1-to-1, right? But I re-downloaded the Resident Evil 7 demo, and you get motion sickness fast if you're like me. The disparity between your brain perceiving movement but your body saying no, you're not moving is quite strange. I don't think the gems made much of a difference. Ah. Boy. But yeah, I feel like VR is something that you get used to. It's not something that you pick up and go because some of I mean like not everything will give you motion sickness if that's what the worry is with everyone. It's just the problem is a lot of VR games require you to sit down and perceive motion. So a lot of stuff is like the first person stuff. Like I feel like playing Mirror's Edge VR would make me puke instantly. Just because playing that by itself already makes me kind of make me feel sick already. So whatever. Someone said that several articles on the internet say that part of the reason why motion sickness occurs in VR is because of the frame rates, because it is disorienting walking around, and like the world that you're walking around in is skipping frames or whatever. And I feel like that's part of the reason why RE7 kind of gives me motion sickness, is because instead of a regular camera, they give you the 30-degree angle turns. Which I feel like if they just gave me a free camera to walk around in, I feel like I would be fine. Like, the camera's very restricted because they kind of assume that wherever you're pointing the camera is forward. So whenever your head is turned, that's forward. But they could have given the stick individual camera controls so that I didn't have to turn all the way around every single time. If that makes sense. But I don't know, again, just something that you get used to. I do know that I play Super Hot really, like, it's really fun, and I don't get motion sickness from that at all. But that's because I'm actually moving around. So any perception of movement is just movement. Bloodborne's one of those games where I wish I could just pick it up and just understand immediately. Like, I wish I could be at that level. But I feel like it's not meant to be at that level, I think. I think the game accounts for a certain level of error. Like, the only reason you're getting out of these unscathed is if you beat the game at its own game, pretty much. So you see people who are running builds that like make it so that the boss never even gets an attack out. you know, which is cool, but not for me. I'm actually anxious for the time to be over, just because, you know, like doing these boss runs is when I'm like over the game. I'm just like, I don't care. Part of me's just kind of over it. Not that the bosses feel unfair, it's just sometimes the bosses are so... Like, I'm at the strongest I can possibly be, I think. What is that? That's like 5 or 6 attempts already, I think. I don't know. I'm losing track, honestly. Of course. Fuck you. And I know I never picked up that item. It's a shield. I don't want it. At least I think it's a shield, or it's one of the costume items. I don't want it. Like, these guys are super easy to beat, but boy, do they hit hard. Like, oh, and these guys, come on, really? Yeah, I think my sword is just straight up weaker now because of the gems that I put on it. So, I might as well just put it back to the old gems as soon as I can. Anyway. Really? Really? What? He's really gonna follow me up the steps? That's scary. He's really just gonna stand right there. Whoa. There that goes. Look, I was standing right on top of it. I'm not too worried about it. That was just not graceful at all. Let's go back and change the gems again. We'll give it like 3 or 5 more tries depending on the time. And then we'll leave because I am tired of this boss. I'll find some other trophy to get. Honestly, I feel like I could get a different trophy instead. Did I have that on? Add slow poison effect. Physical up at full HP. Sure. I feel like that's better actually. Just because there's no way I'm going to be sitting there at full HP. I bet this is fun, just watching numbers go by. I love these streams. I'm really curious about this one though. Whatever, let's not use that. Physical attack up. Add slow poison effect. I feel like I can take stamina cost. I really think I can take that. I feel like I don't mind that. It's just weapon durability and stamina cost. I feel like I could do that. Is that available for all 3 of them? Because if so, I might as well just go for all of that. I don't think it is actually. Yeah, no. Alright. Let's stick with that. Why not? As far as the axe goes. Sure. Who cares? Attack versus the kin down. I don't think any of these numbers are doing it for me. Rapid poison effect. Sure. I don't think I can poison. I don't think that works for the boss, but whatever. Whatever, let's just stick with that. Not like I'm gonna use it. Keep going that way. It's the wrong way. I wonder what weapon I'm missing that it keeps asking me about it. What do I not have? Are there weapons to acquire here? No. Maybe I get a weapon from Lawrence, I don't know. The church pick? Maybe that. I don't think I ever bought that. Or this. We'll figure that out later. I'll do that off stream. At the end of the day, I don't have to fight Lawrence. I'm doing it because I want to beat the boss. But also because I want to confirm, which I don't know if anyone even remembers, but at the beginning of the stream I was talking about the name change beta and how the name change could affect your save data. And as far as my game goes, I don't own a lot of games. But I say that, actually, you know what, that's not true, even. Like, I have a bunch of games that is not downloaded. I checked my games list, it's up to like 100. I go, what? Since when? Which, to me, is a lot of games. I guess some people are running with, like... It's getting into, Steam numbers now. You know, people always have these stories of, like, my games on Steam is, like, there's so many that I can't even begin to parse it. There you go, that feels a lot better. 3 swings. Cool. 2 swings. What about these guys? Yep, 2 swings. 1, 2. Just marginally better, but you know. What was I saying? Oh yeah, part of the name change was that you might lose your... Really? Huh. You might lose your save data as a result. So... save data, DLC, and, trophy progress. I think we're gonna give it 3 and then leave. It's so frustrating. You know what the most embarrassing part about this whole name change thing is? I heard it and I was like, cool, I'll do it. And then I saw that it might risk your save game and I was like, do I really want to? I said, fuck it. I hated my old username so much. But it's not even that much different from my current username that I changed it to. It's just, I didn't like how... Like, it was... I mean, it doesn't matter now, but back then, it was always a sign of, like, the fact that I made this account, like, 9 years ago. And I was clearly, like, a little kid. I grew up and I simplified the name so that it's still the same name, it's just, you know, it's got less accessories to it. It's kinda like when you name your username something like XX, Superstition XX, whatever, right? I just basically got rid of those X's. Not that my username had those X's, but it had like underscores and numbers in it, and I was like, I like the cleaner naming convention I use now. And it's a lot easier to change it everywhere else, so I just went ahead and did that. And the one place where I couldn't change it was PlayStation Network. Whatever, dude. I hate you. Fucking big Cthulhu monster. Yep. You know what? Ah! Oh, ugh, okay. Oh my god. How annoying. Alright, one more, and then I can't. I'm just gonna look at which stuff I can buy and see if that procs a trophy. Because apparently I still haven't gotten all the weapons, even in the base game. So I don't know what that's about. I assume you get some sort of cool thing from Lawrence. Watch me look at the trophy requirements and it's like, you get this weapon by fighting that giant flaming beast in the... I forget what this church is called. Oh, I didn't even kill that guy, huh? Oh my god. I forgot he had that move. That scared me. Okay, now I quit. I was doing really well there, and I fucked up. I guess I shouldn't have gone for that charge. I got too cocky, I guess. I don't know. I'm so tired of this boss. Alright, that's it. I'm done. I hope y'all enjoyed me getting killed by this boss on stream for a full hour. If I do beat it, I'll put up a recording, but for now I'm done. I don't want to do this. So, thanks for sticking through that. I'll see you guys next time. I don't know, there's not much more I can stream about Bloodborne, honestly. Maybe Yarnum. Queen Yarnum will do that. Alright, bye-bye.